This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
5 minutes after 9 o'clock, beautiful Wednesday. Back in May, Robin and I went and toured some of the homes on top of the world. Remember when we did that? And they really are beautiful. We've known about it forever, but it was our first time to actually be in one of the homes, in several of the homes, actually. Robert Colen is here. He's one of the managers out on top of the world, and his guest today is Frank Bergin. We're going to talk about some cool things they're doing over there. Good morning, Frank and Robert. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having us.
How was your summer so far?
It was great.
I guess the summer's over. How was your summer?
It was great. We got to go on a cruise for the first time.
Where'd you go?
We went on a princess cruise to, my wife and I, to, St. Thomas and St. Martin.
And it was your first time ever?
Well, I've been on a cruise, but I was really young when I went. So.
Oh, okay. So I've never done it.
It was actually the first time I've gone on a honeymoon with her. I've been with my wife, so we've been married 15 years, and this was our honeymoon.
Was it everything you expected?
It was
more
better.
than you expected.
It was great, really. First, I was pretty excited and optimistic. And
what was your reluctance at first? That just you looking at water for 3 days?
I was just my kids were going to be away from us, and
oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that is hard. Yeah.
So we were excited, but I'm really happy to have Frank Bergin here with me. Frank's on our sales team. He's one of our elite sales counselors, and Frank is a really cool, fun guy. And this is really the first time I got to hang out with him. So I'm really when I found out Frank was going to come with me, I was really excited, and I'm really happy to bring him on board. But we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a model park grand opening coming up, and we've got some other events coming up that we can talk about. So I'm just glad to be here.
So Frank, is it easy as a salesperson you have a really good product, and I'm not just saying that because Robert's in the room. The houses are beautiful. The whole community is wonderful. So does it make your job easy?
I think in 19 years, this is the easiest, most relaxed, best position to be in I've ever been in my life.
Does the economy have anything to do with that? Does the general population, with our circumstances, seem to be a little bit better, I guess?
We have a very, very excited audience that visits us every day. So we're a little bit different than, say, a first-time home buyer, a move-up buyer. We have a buyer that knows what they want. They come to see us, and they are excited to see us. They really are.
We absolutely were. And the young lady who walked us around, Joyce,
yes,
just a shout-out to her. She
Fantastic.
Was really good for us. Really good. She's been keeping in touch with me to see when I'm going to make a decision. I told her probably wouldn't be till Thanksgiving, and now we're getting close to Thanksgiving. So.
Well, we train them so that until you get a restraining order, she absolutely will keep calling you.
That's funny.
But they're absolutely gorgeous, the homes. And then at that particular time, after the first of the year, you were selling the model homes with everything inside. And whoever you have to decorate them, they do an outstanding job. I could never do what they do, so I would love to buy out there and hire that decorator because it's just outstanding.
We went into one of the houses that was not decorated, and then the exact same house that was. And yeah, you can. I wouldn't know the first thing.
And the neat thing is we've got 10 new models that are just going to be released on October 10th. So we're excited to show that, and Frank's going to be able to talk about that right now. But new features, we have 2 new models that are completely new floor plans that are really beautiful.
Yep.
So you need to come back out and see what we've got new versus what you just saw, which we've sold off all of that.
10 on 10.
That's right.
10 homes on 10.
It's called 10. I think the perfect 10 is what we're calling it.
So what happens when you fill up a community? You were saying off the air that all of the homes are almost sold, all of the lots and the homes.
Well, I think the good thing about where we're at right now, where we're positioned on top of the world, what Mr. Colen does for us, is we always have something to look forward to. We always have something that we can promise. We always have somewhere that we can go. And, just like the models, they were decorated fantastic before, but what we've done is every single time we outdo ourselves. Absolutely. With the neighborhoods, the communities, how we build, the layout of the streets. I mean, you can feel good about saying, I'm going to be here for 15, 20 more years. I'm going to have something to do.
And is that one of the new communities you have, Avalon and Balmoral?
We do. And both of those are really unique, is without even a house being out there, without streets being out there, without curbs, we've almost sold both those neighborhoods. I mean, we
Oh,
have,
my.
Yeah, and it's based on our reputation and how we build those neighborhoods around there, and we can say, this is what it's going to look like, and people are excited to buy from paper.
Has the technology changed since we saw you last? You were putting on solar panels, and how has that affected anything?
It's made us busier.
Because people save money on electricity? Is that part of it?
Well, I think it's an overall package. We introduced smart homes as well. You know, we've got, people can interact with their homes through their smartphone, their thermostats. They can enjoy entertainment through the speakers in the home and different things like that.
Isn't that cool? Did you hear Tesla is going to release a battery that can last 1 million miles?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh, a million
Testing
miles.
that, though.
What? A million. So that might be something practical in a home. I mean, if solar cells ultimately charge batteries, right? Isn't that what they do?
That's right. You can do that. We have a homeowner and I've talked about him a number of times that lives in Candler Hills, and he has a zero energy house, so creates enough solar power to.
He sells it back.
He sells it back, exactly.
Wow.
So, and he does, and he makes a little bit of money on it. It gets credited to his future, but he has a Tesla. He's got 2 Teslas actually, and he's able to charge his car in his house without paying, electric or anything. So it's been really successful for him. When in Crescent Ridge, where we have every house is solar panel, it's not a total zero energy house, but basically, if you're instead of paying a $120 a month electric bill, you're looking at what you're paying for electric can be $30 or $45 a month. Or less, depending on how you have your air conditioning set. So it's really a huge amount of savings, and it's built into your house. So you're buying that house at a really nice price and a comfortable price that you can afford to live in, and your electric bill is really, really low. So that's really something neat.
That is.
It's basically like putting money in an annuity for you.
Big deal, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you design new homes, new floor plans and all that, does the feedback from previous buyers play a role?
Absolutely.
And
Very important.
What's one thing? A separate golf cart course, garage or something?
It's, how can we make this garage bigger? How can we utilize
The
the
one we
outdoor
were in
space
was
more?
really big. It looked like it had 2 or 3 car. Was it 2 cars and a golf cart?
And the golf cart.
Well, I think one of the
area.
ones that you saw where you were at actually was a full 3-car. Was actually a full 3-car
Wow,
garage.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. People want to be able to land helicopters in these things.
That's funny.
And, we've got a workshop in some of our models in the garage, so that you have your 2-car garage on one side, and then you've got a workshop, which is, there's you could have a pool table in there, you
Sure,
can have a workshop in there.
right.
You could do with a lot of people involved with RC, the radio controlled airplanes,
Woodworking.
So they've got all that in their little wood shop, and you're not bothering your husband or your wife, whatever you're doing, your she shed inside kind of thing, but so you're not bothering anybody, and it's air
Wait
conditioned
a
too.
minute. I'm over 55, right? You have to be over 55, right?
Yeah.
But I was, like a guitar guy. Could I have a rock band? A garage band?
Sure. You
Yeah,
might want to
there you go.
insulate the walls a little better.
Start your own or join the other ones that are in there.
You're
Right?
having a garage band at this age. Can you imagine? That might be fun.
You could do a sound
Well,
studio in
jam
there.
sessions,
Sure.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've got some rock musicians that live there. In each new neighborhood, do you have a swimming pool and a golf course in each neighborhood?
Not in each neighborhood, but we have fantastic the way it's designed, how the golf course actually winds through individual neighborhoods. So everybody gets a feel for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then you're allowed to go into like the main on top of the world area for all the spas and the
Some
golf
communities will be-
courses and things.
Well, and some communities will have their own amenities, based on where they live, and then some communities will have other pools. It's really, how would you put it?
Well, if you look at like Candler Hills, they have the lodge, which is its own community, and that's what their association fees pay for it, but only residents of Candler Hills can access it. So and it's a beautiful pool with a resort pool with there's a 20,000 square foot clubhouse, and there's, spaces where you can play cards or you can have a banquet there. And then like Indigo East or Indigo communities, they have 2 clubhouses with recreational facilities, and exercise equipment to some, you can
Fitness trails,
fitness
dog
trails,
parks,
yeah, dog park, tons of things to do, and those are just for Indigo East residents. But if you live in Candler Hills, or you can use the resources for On Top of the World, our clubhouse, our indoor pool, But if you live in Indigo, if you want that, you would take part in the with
Gateway of Services.
Thank you,
Yep.
Gateway of Services.
Oh, nice.
So you could access it, but it's not included in your HOA fees, which is good because you may not want that extra service. So your HOA fees are a little lower, but if you want it, you have access to it, and that's one of the really great things about
It
it.
gives you the choice to expand your horizons. And then really, if you get a chance to make friends, which is what's going to happen, you can go out, meet them at their clubhouses, their pools, and then, and then decide to get that Gateway of Services pass.
We were in a restaurant one day 2 weeks ago, and there were like 8 gentlemen that came in all by themselves, and they all sat at one table, and they were from on top of the world because they were having a good time eating, and you could hear their conversation. And,
Robin was eavesdropping.
yeah. But they were talking about, finishing up the golf and everything, and they were just enjoying themselves, and it was good to hear people, compliment on top of the world area, really enjoy living there without any pressure from the people on the outside.
And one of the cool things we're really focusing on this year is we're building a veterans park right next to our Crescent Ridge community. So really, great place to honor those who served and sacrificed on behalf of the country. But we're going to have there's going to be other activities there. There's going to be Frank was telling me, I didn't know there's going to be a garden center. We're going to have archery there.
Oh, how cool.
So really cool that.
Really?
We were like, oh God, how many people are going to
Are you good at that?
I haven't done it since high school, but so lots of neat activity. And then to follow up our veterans thing, we have a banquet and a golf tournament coming up called Operation Helping Heroes, and it's for in conjunction with SOF Missions, and it's to help those soldiers who come back to after combat with PTSD. So we had last year we had a speaker motivational speaker for all of the employees named Damon Friedman. He was a captain. He was a Special Forces soldier with the Air Force. He was a Marine, then he became with the Air Force. And he's a great public speaker, motivator.
Fantastic.
And he's got a foundation that, Operation Helping Heroes that helps these people with PTSD. And it's really difficult when you go through combat and you've been through some heavy, horrible things, and you come back and you have to return to normal life. It's not easy. And so they have this foundation that helps kind of bring people back.
And just going to an event where you're listening to somebody like that is probably more beneficial than we realize. If you're going through something like that, and then you hear somebody and you realize you're not the only one going through it, that's like the first step, I think, to getting some help. So is that open only to the 55 plus veteran?
That's event's going to be at the Cultural Center on November. Well, the golf is on November 11th. The gala is on November 10th. The gala it's a fundraiser, so it's $75 per person.
Oh, nice.
And Damon Freeman will be speaking, and he's an unbelievable speaker and really going to lift your spirits up. And then the next day is a golf tournament, and those are it's $150 per person to participate in a golf tournament, and like all proceeds go to helping soldiers with PTSD.
So if people want to golf, all they do is to call on top of the world and reserve their space?
That's right. And there's a website called OperationHelpingHeroes.com where you can get more information.
Can we sponsor a hole or something? A golf hole?
I'll let you know. It's sponsorship and tickets are available, but going fast. So you would go through
we've
the
sponsored
website.
a hole before. It's in our price range. We can handle a hole. Can't handle a whole building, huh?
And we recently got the private donor that's going to match everything 100%.
Is that right?
Wow.
That's good.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And how far along is your family community coming since the last time we spoke?
That's about Earl. That's over there across the street from
The
Westport High School.
Yep.
So a lot of planning is there. We've seen floor plans. I don't think they've actually broken ground, but the sewer and the water are starting to go in.
Right.
Oh, my.
Infrastructure. Yeah.
Yeah, the infrastructure is going in. So,
Oh.
and we've got a lot of great plans for the future, not just for that community, but all that involves the community. And I'm not sure it's public information yet, but really excited about it.
Too early.
Can't talk.
So what'd you call it, Earl?
Well, the property is called Earl, and that goes back, generations.
Oh, really?
But I don't think we've come up with names and then kind of come back to Earl, so we're not really exactly sure where.
So you can have a sandwich shop there? The Earl of
I
Sandwich?
like Earl. That is
Earl of
so
Sandwich.
cool. It's a creative name,
Job
I
title.
think.
So is that how the communities get named? Is because there was already a name on that land?
Well, to some extent, right? So Friendship, we have Friendship Community, Friendship Colony, Friendship Village. Those are all. The property was called Friendship going back,
Okay,
100 years or more. So, and that's the Candler Hills came from the Candler sand that's there. Indigo is a plant, so that was kind of named after what was on the property there. So that's where that comes from.
Let's see, if we want to have more information, you gave us a website for ontopoftheworld.com, obviously.
On Top of the World Communities.
On Top of the World Communities, okay. And the veterans one again, what was that website?
That is, where was it?
OperationHelpingHeroes.com.
All right. Do you have a busy season as far as sales go? Like, is this a busy time?
It's a busy time, but it's very consistent.
Because
very
snowbirds start to come back around now or soon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When do you see your most people come in to look? It used to be like December.
Yeah. It's still December.
And then June seemed to be a big year time too, but going back a while, I don't.
But I think the farther, because I've been here for 6 years, the more I'm here, I notice that as we progress and the things that we offer, it really is, it's a very consistent community. It really is.
The bigger it gets, the easier it is to sell. I'm imagining the first person who moved in, which was maybe your father.
My dad's still down in Largo.
But I mean, the first person who moved, when you move into a place and there's, all you have is like signs that say a future site of a grocery store or something, right? Mm-hmm. So now, I mean, it's such a thriving community. And
really is.
Yeah, Frank was saying we even have a Dunkin' Donuts out there now. So
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, the one on 200?
Yeah.
Oh, I go there. I go to that one. So do you have an event for October? Do you have a Halloween or a Thanksgiving event for the public?
I think we're just focusing on the model grand opening.
Just
now, the Big
opening.
Ten.
the sheriff's department does do a Halloween right there on our town square.
Oh, okay.
So, and they used to do it down at the substation on 200, and now Lieutenant Welch, who covers our district, awesome guy by the way. He oversees it, but we do there's trick or treating, and then the police have their vehicles there for people to look at, and which is always really fun. And then just a safe place to trick or treat for people who live in the community. You've got, I mean, the police. In the past they've done hot dogs and other popcorn and stuff that they give away, and there's live music, so it's a fun event for families as well.
Frank, do you use what is it called? Alternate reality? What's it called? Augmented reality.
Augmented.
Do you use that? Because we just had a story about that last week.
Every once in a while with my children, I do. Yeah.
But this was like the IKEA people, the furniture people.
Yeah.
Where you take your phone. And I don't have it on mine, but you can say, well, I want a couch right there. Let's see what it would look like. And you can whatever.
Yeah.
And on your phone, that's what it would look like right there.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
And isn't that a crazy thing?
I do. I like that a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
The next thing you know, you're going to be wearing the whole headset. Or maybe that's already out now.
That's what we have at our home.
Do you really?
Yes.
And what? When you see what your room could look like?
Well, not for that. It's I'm giving up a secret here. It's more for Star Wars.
It's a game. See, I want to try that too. How is that? Is that fun?
Yes. It's we like it a lot. Yeah. Takes a minute to get used to though. Don't do it if you have vertigo.
The people that are there in your welcome center, Robert, and then when we came in to ask for a tour, and the welcome center itself is absolutely outstanding.
They made the sales office. Is that where you went to?
Yeah. They make you feel welcome with coffee, snacks, bottled water, and then you have this really relaxed way of your staff there talking to the prospective client. It really is amazing.
What is infused water, by the way? They put lemons into water and they don't squeeze them. They just drop them in.
Cucumbers.
Yeah.
Do you like that? Infused water.
I do like that. I think you have to come back for one specific reason though. Is the fresh baked chocolate chip cookies that we do every hour.
Oh, really?
In the sales center.
Every hour.
Oh, yeah.
Frank was 140 pounds before this.
Yeah, I was.
You're looking good.
What is the criteria that you look for people that want to be part of your staff?
Well, for me, and what I look for are people who are just honest, decent people, and then I look for people who have a work ethic too. I mean, I've hired a number of people directly, and some of them don't have the specific experience that we want, but I know who they are as a person based on meeting with them and looking at their background and talking to them. And I really want people who want to learn, and I really want people who are honest. And that's important for me because I want to be able to sleep at night, and I want to know that whatever is being said to our customers is the truth, and that the customer knows where we stand with things, and we want to be able to work together, and we want to be able to have follow-up, and sometimes that's not always possible. People drop the ball sometimes, and we have to train and try to push it, but that's important for us. Is really honesty is the biggest thing for me.
So one of the things when we were looking at the houses was, they look strong, and obviously that's what, if somebody moving from up north and they got a little bit of, they're skittish because they hear about hurricanes. They say, is this going to be good in a hurricane? It's no question about it. You guys build strong homes. So does that question come up a lot though from somebody moving into the area for the first time?
Oh, absolutely. And what is this cinder block? Why aren't you building with wood frame? And I say, this is the way we do things, above code, and just so that for your safety,
Yeah, so every house is concrete block, rebar reinforced, and then there's solid poured lintels that go around. We have shingles that are a 50-year shingles. You probably could tell more about that.
50-year architectural shingle, yeah.
So they're a heavier shingle for a heavier wind load, and they last longer. And that means you're not having to replace your roof in 15 years or less. The windows are designed for high wind speeds. Everything is engineered for the whole house to be able to withstand the kind of wind condition that we could possibly get here.
But if you do have roof damage, it's taken care of by the community, right?
To some extent. So if you live in Candler Hills or Indigo, it
depends on the community
insurance company. But if you live in the main community, the association is responsible for your roof.
Isn't that amazing?
Maintenance-free areas. Yeah, absolutely.
Is there room in the main community? Are you selling more lots in the main community, or is it almost
the Avalon area that we're selling?
We have quite a few areas in the future, but right now the two areas that we've opened up, they're selling at such a brisk pace, but there's nothing out there. That's what I mean, is that just the reputation of Mr. Colen and the plans that we're offering, the layouts of the communities, and really we're selling from a map, but people are so excited just to see that, is that they want to move into those areas.
But Avalon is one of those communities that is in the Oto Central, that homeowner association. Correct. Where is maintenance free. Yeah.
And you both have a vision, because you both are visionaries, and when people talk to you about building in that community, you can actually get them to see in their minds what it is that they're going to be living in.
Paint the picture. Show them how to live here. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Listening to you talk, Robert, is enough to make you want to go out there. But for the listeners, if you've never gone, go check out the models on October 10th. There are 10 models to look at.
Beautiful.
And 3 new models, the Livingston, the Dunbar, and the Aurelia. Those are brand new models with new floor plans that we've never had before. So those are exciting to see as well.
What's different about them?
Those are really the culmination of buyer feedback, sales counselor feedback, anyone that works in the company, based on what they've heard, warranty, customer service. This is what the customer's asking for. And really the only place I've ever worked where we'll sit down with the notes, what people have to say, the comments, and let's make 3 new homes just for the buyers.
I like the outdoor seating areas. There's always an outdoor, screened-in outdoor seating area.
Oh, we've got it.
Courtyards in the sides of the house.
I love that.
Mother-in-law suite, and those some really neat options for you.
And when a person does have the home construction and they want to add some foliage after you tell them what the landscaping is going to be, can they actually ask for a couple of palm trees or something like that around their home?
For the most part, our homeowners are very, very excited about the landscape package we're putting in. It's, it saves water, it's Florida friendly, but you will have the occasional homeowner that wants to put in that palm tree island. Some communities it's okay, other communities, just like our maintenance free, if you do put that in, you just have to maintain it on your own. But there's never an issue with that. But
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Robert and Frank, thank you both for coming in here.
Thank you. Just the Operation Helping Heroes. I just wanted to thank our Medal of Honor sponsor, First Federal Bank, which is here locally.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
They're a big supporter of that event. So.
Very good.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you both. We'll be right back.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance,